नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकीम् ॐ So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 4th chapter, 32nd verse. Tesham apadatam vegam nisamya bhagavan bhriguh yajnagna genena yajusa dakshinangau juhavaha. Tesham apadatam vegam nisamya bhagavan bhriguh yajnagna gena yajusa dakshinagnav juhavaha. Tesham apadatam vegam निसाम्य भगवान भृगुः यज्ञग्न घेन यजुषा दक्षिणाग्नौ जुहावः. Synonyms. Tesham, of them, apatatam, who were approaching, vegam, the impulse, nisamya, after seeing, Bhagavan, the possessor of all opulences, Bhrigu, Bhrigumuni, yajnagna ghena, for killing the destroyers of the yajna, Yajusa, with the hymns of the Yajurveda, Dakshina Agnav, in the southern side of the sacrificial fire, Juhava, offered oblations. Ha, certainly. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. They came forward forcibly, but Bhrigumuni saw the danger and offering oblations into the southern side of the sacrificial fire. Immediately uttered mantric hymns from the Yajurveda by which the destroyers of ethnic performances could be killed immediately. Purport. Here is the one example of powerful hymns in the Vedas which, when chanted, could perform wonderful acts. In the present age of Kali, it is not possible to find expert mantra chanters. Therefore, all the sacrifices recommended in the Vedas are forbidden in this age. The only sacrifice recommended in this age is the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, because in this age it is not possible to accumulate the needed funds for performing sacrifices, not to speak of finding expert brahmanas who can chant the mantras perfectly. Om Ajnanatirandasya Jnananjana Salagaya Chakshurunmulidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stabidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadadi Supadandigam Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Udabadagamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunathanidam Tam Sajivam Sadhvaidam Savadudam Parijana Sahidam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalidam Shri Vishaghanidamsya. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dhinabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopiga Kanda Radha Kanda Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhano Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupasya Kripa Sindhubhye Vacha Padidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Lokanath Swamriti Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swamriti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thanks again. So we were going through this beautiful section of Sati quitting her body. So we know that the context that Mother Sati arrived at the arena of Daksha Yaga, the great sacrifice Daksha was performing. So Daksha invited all the Devadevatas and sent the invitation to everybody. Appointed Bhrigu as the chief priest. So then Daksha got the sanction, permission, and the Daksha Yaga was started. So that's the time when Mother Sati arrived, uninvited. Daksha had this inimical mentality towards Lord Shiva and Mother Sati. The reason for that, the ego, the false ego, that which arise in Daksha, that when the Daksha appeared, Daksha came, then Lord Shiva didn't get up and didn't pay the proper the respect to Daksha. Daksha became so furious. Daksha started to curse and use bad words, abuse the words and criticize and blasphemy Lord Shiva. And there are so much of bad words which used. Nandi became very much astonished after cursing. Daksha cursed Shiva. Then Nandi came along with the Lord Shiva, became so angry. And then Nandi then cursed also Daksha, and then Bhrigu intervened, and then Bhrigu also cursed, and then Nandi also cursed. So these all were going on just because of the pride and the ego which showed by the Daksha. So then later that part, then they completed, then thousands of years they continued this Daksha, the first yaga. Then Daksha again, in order to attain the great position in this world, accumulation of wealth and possessions and the name and the prestige and everything, Daksha again invited everybody. And then this time didn't invite Lord Shiva and Parvati intentionally because of Daksha. Then later when Mother Sati came uninvited, and seeing that, Daksha put offer oblations, all the portion of the yagya havis to all the demigods. Then there is nothing for Lord Shiva. And seeing this, and then even Daksha didn't pay any attention or any respect or any attention to Mother Sati's arrival. And this followed by all the followers of all the Daksha. The scene was very tragic. It is the hurting Mother Sati so deeply. And then Mother Sati started to mention to Daksha that I'm ashamed of being your daughter. And if somebody, even Lord Shiva, sometimes called Dakshayani, now I'm feeling very ashamed because of your daughter. You don't have any etiquette. You don't know how to respect the great personality of Lord Shiva. We don't, even you have to do the sacrifices in order to attain all these opulences, but Lord Shiva or us, we don't even need to do anything just by desire that everything will be fulfilled, just by desiring. And even all the demigods, all the great personalities seek the blessings from Lord Shiva. Even many of them now attained their position just because of the mercy of the Lord Shiva. Even Mother Sati was revealing all this. And then seeing this, Mother Sati was so much ashamed of. And then I would end this body, I would emulate this body because of it's from you. So that there is no use for it. Then we saw that Mother Sati then with the yogic potency, then bring the air upward, and this was and meditated on the fire. With that air, then emulated herself, and then completely she became ashes in that fire. So there is an uproar around all the universes. Everybody says this is a great danger. It's not good. So the universe was even bewildered. And then everybody over there, and all on a sudden, the news also came to the Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva also realized, and Lord Shiva meditated on Narada Dev. So Narada Dev came and told everything to Lord Shiva what was happened. Lord Shiva was very furious again. And also, when Mother Sati came to the arena of Dakshayaga, there are 60,000 the followers of the Shiva also came along with the Mother Sati. And then they were standing outside the gate waiting for, and only Mother Sati entered into the arena. Then seeing that Mother Sati, their queen, is emulated herself, and this was furious. Then all these Daksha's Ganas, they became so furious that they approached to the sacrificial arena to destroy everything. And seeing this, Bhrigu then created the Rubus. And this is what is the sloka which is revealing here. They came forward forcibly. This is the followers of Lord Shiva, the Ganas, Buddha Ganas. But Bhrigu Muni saw the danger, seeing that they are going to destroy everything, and started to kill and catching hold of the Devadas who are supporting Daksha, offering oblations in the southern side of the sacrificial fire. So this section, this verse is revealing that the potency, the power of Bhrigu as a Brahmana. And then Bhrigu, seeing the imminent danger, and then immediately uttered the Vedic mantras. And then from that southern side of the sacrificial fire, there are thousands of the the living entities, or the very ferocious forms of um, manifested. They are called as Ribus, and they are so powerful. And then they came out, and then they defeated the followers, the Buddha Ganas, and they fled here and there. So there's a section here from the Yajurveda, which the destroyers of yajnic performance could be killed immediately. So they were so powerful. So in this section, basically, it's revealed by the potency of this sacrificial, the mantras, and then how one can create such a very powerful, the forms, and then they can kill the opponents. So here, when we look at the Bhrigu is the one of the Manasa Putra of Lord Brahma. So Bhrigu manifested from the skin of Lord Brahma. So Manasa Putra means different parts of the body. There are 10 Manasa Putras were appeared. So Bhrigu was one of them. And then we know that Bhrigu also married to the daughter of Daksha. That's why Bhrigu got appointed as the chief priest. And Bhrigu got married to the Khyadi, the daughter of Daksha. And then they have many children as well. And if you look at the Shukracharya is the daughter of, the son of Bhrigu. So likes that in the wife of Puloma. And then if you look at that, there is a section says that also Mother Lakshmi is also the daughter of the Bhrigu and Puloma. So like this, and then Bhrigu then married many other, the other wives Bhrigu had. So the point is here, so Bhrigu was such a great powerful Brahmana, and he could utter the mantras, and then this is another potency of when there is a great fire sacrifice yaga. So when we offer the oblations with the proper mantra, it has a great potency. So whatever the desires with the mantras of the Yajurveda, mantras of Samaveda, so different purposes. So in the sacrificial arena, the fire, and if you offer an oblation with a certain disease, that can be easily fulfilled. So like this, Bhrigu was very powerful, and he offered this mantra at the southern side of the fire. So there are, when we perform the yajna, there are many fires. Actually, there are 3 types of fires. One is actually the fire of that avahan, that through the fire, the stuff which there is what is called havi. or that oblations that with fire, that fire god actually takes this oblations to the appropriate gods. Then gods are placed, and then whatever the desires those who are sacrificing, they would that would be fulfilled. So then, of course, and then whatever is come from the all the desires was fulfilled, everything sanctioned by the Supreme Lord. But it is mentioned that there are two ways that Lord um, takes or Lord consume the footsteps. One is actually through the mouth of a Brahmana, and another is actually through the sacrificial fire. So when something we offer through the sacrificial fire, it's actually Lord consumes that, Lord takes that, Lord honors that. This is the one way. That's why since beginning that this sacrifices the fire. This is a Vedic. This is not that somebody just manifested. This is came from the Lord Himself. The Vedas are actually the breath of the Lord is come from the Supreme Lord. So even when it's the Vedas in the Purusha Sukta, it is mentioned that. So everything is actually manifested from the Lord, all the ingredients. So initially, the for the sacrifice, that's why even Lord in the when Brahma was there, Brahma got these words called it the tapa. Tapa means austerity. So then from the Brahma, there's all this sacrificial ingredient manifested in this world. The ghee and the havis and everything manifested from the Brahma in order to sacrifice to the Lord. So it's everybody's duty is that to offer that whatever the possession we have to the Supreme Lord. So that's where it started from. And even we know that even the dhruva grass, the grass which we use, which is also the hair of the Varahadev. When Varahadev came, manifested and rescued the Mother Earth, and then he just shook his body, and then the hair fall down, and that is from where that all the dhruva grass which manifested that we uses for the sacrifices, and then made that with the dhruva grass which we make pavitra. Pavitra means which purifies just by this. So every article, every ingredients has a great significance in the fire sacrifice. So there, the all the utensils and all the oblations, that all the ingredients, everything has a great significance. That's why when we use this, the fire sacrifice, everything should be very pure, and the mantra should be pure, and the mind should be pure, the atmosphere should be pure, and the ingredients which we use, everything should be pure. And this is the way that it has a maximum, it is successful, it can create a successful the yagya. So Bhrigu Muni was like that. Bhrigu Muni was very powerful. And even the rishis, Bhrigu was one of the Sapta rishis. And he had such a power, he could even enter directly to Vaikunta. So we know that there is a story when one time there were every Devadas, all the great personalities came and assembled in the banks of the Ganges, and they wanted to perform a great sacrifice. And there they wanted to establish a great the Supreme Lord, who is the greatest of. They wanted to confirm that, and there was discussion that Trimurtis out of these trinities, the who is the greatest personality. So they wanted to find out. So somebody said Lord Shiva is the great. Not somebody said Lord Vishnu is the great. Somebody said no, Lord Brahma is the great. So they wanted to find out that. So then they had a confusion. So then they appointed Bhrigu as the person to find that out. So Bhrigu came to the Brahmalok, Satyalok, and then Brahma was there, and Brahma is actually the father of Bhrigu. And but if a son comes or a devotee comes or a disciple comes to the spiritual master, the first things that they have to do is that pay the obeisances and respect to the father, a spiritual master, the seniors or elders. But Bhrigu came instead of doing anything, and not respect, not even praisey words, or just like that, as an arrogant person came in front of Brahma, and Brahma got angry. And then seeing that, okay, this is my son, and then just, okay, you go, and like that kind of past Bhrigu. Bhrigu then came to Lord Shiva, and Lord Shiva was sitting with Mother Parvati, and Lord Shiva got up from his seat and came forward to give respect and to Bhrigu, but Bhrigu opposed that. And instead, Bhrigu started to abuse the Lord Shiva with this. the words that you are always in crematorium and you are not clean, you are not have any kula and things like that. Lord Shiva became so angry, and then Mother Parvati intervened, and then Lord Shiva then pacified, and then this time Bhrigu then just went away from there. Then this the time, then Bhrigu came to the Vaikunta and the Lord Vishnu's abode. There, Lord Vishnu was lying down on the lap of Mother Lakshmi and on the Yoga Nidra. So as soon as Bhrigu came, and he kicked on the chest of Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu, and Lord just woke up, and seeing Bhrigu in front of Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu just got hold of the feet of Bhrigu and started to massage and mentioned that my heart is so hard, so it must be hot, and let me massage, let me take care of it. And Bhrigu became so impressed with that, and Bhrigu paid the obeisances. But seeing this Mother Lakshmi, that such an arrogance and kicking on the chest of the Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu is not doing anything, and Mother Lakshmi got little bit upset. And Mother Lakshmi just left from there, left from Vaikunta, and came down on the earth. And then later that's where the Bhrigu Samhita, or there is Link Purana. There are so many, the other texts actually revealed that. Seeing that Bhrigu was the cause of this one, later Mother Lakshmi appeared on this earth and appeared on a lotus, and as a baby girl. And Bhrigu saw this, and then wife Puloma, and then they got this child, and then understand that this is Mother Lakshmi, and then they raised. That's why this Mother Lakshmi is known as Bhargavi, or also in the lotus that say Mother Lakshmi is also known as Padmavati. But this is the one version of it. Other version of it is that when there is a churning of ocean, that's the time the Mother Lakshmi manifested as a daughter of the ocean. That's another aspect of it. So anyway, so this way, so Bhrigu then realized and understood that the Lord Vishnu is the worshipable deity, and he has such a patience, and he is always dear to his devotees. And then Bhrigu, then they came back and mentioned that this is the, so this, since then Lord Shiva then was mentioning to Bhrigu, I was pleased with your lotus, this print of your feet and on my chest, and I will worship that. Then since then, Lord, even if you take any deity forms of Lord Krishna or Vishnu, then you can see that there is an imprint of lotus feet of the Bhrigu's feet is there on the chest of the Lord Vishnu. So this is Bhrigu. So like this. So there are so many wonderful aspects of this. And but here in this sacrifice, Bhrigu was so powerful and could create so much of ferocious personalities like Rabhus, and then killed all these Budaganas. But here we can see that in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says that this was there. There was a great powerful yogis, powerful brahmanas. They could chant the mantras, they could utter the mantras, and all the desires will be fulfilled. But Kalir, in the Kali Yuga, this everybody born, Kalau Shudra Sambhava. In the Kali Yuga, everybody is taking birth as Shudra. And because of the Kali Yuga's effect, Kali Yuga is short-lived, and hypocrisy and quarrel, and less intelligence, less memory, and everything that. And there is also not proper ingredients of in the we can get it. So it is mentioned that the best way to attain that, if you chant the holy name Maha Mantra, then all these perfections can be attained. Sarva Siddhi Hoy. All the perfections can be attained if you chant the holy name, because that's known as Maha Mantra. So this is not just manifested like that. The Supreme Lord himself established this. So seeing this, the rampant, seeing this, the effect of this Kali, and seeing that the people's inability to do all these great sacrifices or everything, and also so that people who are going in different directions, Abhat Sampradayas, and seeing that Lord himself manifested to establish this Yuga Dharma. As yesterday we were speaking about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's external recent appearance. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than the Supreme Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested, and in this age of Kali, and then established and revealed this, the truth, the secrets of all mantras, the mantras of all the mantras, which is called Maha Mantra, and which is considered as the great sages, great acharyas mentioned that this is madhuram madhurebhyo. I mean, this is sweeter than the sweetest. Madhuram madhurebhyo mangalanam cha mangalam. This is the most auspicious, this mantra. Mangalanam cha mangalam. Even auspiciousness of all auspiciousness. Then pavanebhyo bhi pavana. That means purer than all the purified things in this world. And Harinama Iva Kevalam. This is the Maha Mantra. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself says that Param Vijayade Sri Krishna Sankirtanam, it eradicates Chedo Darpana Marjana, it eradicates all the impurities of the heart. Chedo Darpana Marjanam, Bhavamaha Davakni Nirvapana. Davakni means the forest fire. It can eradicate that the forest fire is very difficult to subside and very difficult to overcome, and this is giving such a havoc to the heart of the people, these anarthas. So but when you chant, take up this holy name, Davakni Nirvapanam, forest, it can eradicate all the anarthas of the heart. Sreya Kairava Chandriga Vidaranam, it can give the soothing effect. Chandriga Vidaranam, Shreya Kairava Chandriga Vidaranam, Vidyavadhu Jivan, it is the life and soul of Vidyavadhu and the ultimate knowledge that one can have. We take up the holy name, Vidyavadhu Jivanam, Ananda Ambudhi Vardhanam, which gives that such a great pleasure. Ananda, Sandra Ananda. Ananda Ambudhi Vardhanam Pratipadam, each step Purna Amrita Aswadanam. As if that when we take up this holy name sincerely and purely, and what happened? Purna Mrida Aswadanam, like how we take the nectar. Sarvatma Snapanam, this is the Sarva Atma, this is the essence of everything, Sarvatma Snapanam. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Supreme Lord himself, Param Vijay, the all victories to the Sankirtana. And not only that, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said all victory means whoever chanting this holy name, they will be all victorious. That's why victory, we will victorious to this whoever take up this holy name. So when we compare why it is mentioned all this here, because of this section, this context of this Bhrigu, and then counteracting, counter cursing, and there is fight against, where is come from? All our anarthas. So why? Because of we are not understanding properly the importance or that what we supposed to do in this when we are living. So when we don't understand what we're supposed to do, what is our duty, what is our constitutional dharma, constitutional duty, then all the anarthas can come that create such a havoc. But ultimately, we have to take the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. But in this age of Kali, that the ultimate dharma to take the lotus feet of the shelter of the Supreme Lord is to take up the holy name. That's why it's mentioned that Kali Kala Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. In this age of Kali, Krishna Avatar, Krishna is manifested in the form of the holy name. Kali Kala Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. I also mentioned the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Nama Chindamani Krishna, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purna Shuddho, Nitya Mukto, Bhinnata Bhinnatvo, Nama Navino. Nama Chindamani Krishna, this holy name is Chindamani, the touching stone. It can fulfill all the desires that anybody has. Purna Chama Chindam, Nama Chindamani Krishna, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Chaitanya full of potency, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purna Shuddho, this can purify. That's why it is Pavaneno, Pavane Bhyupa Pavanam, Purna Shuddha. Nitya Mukto, it can ever liberate anybody. Nitya Mukto, Abhinnatum. There is no difference between the holy name and the Krishna himself. So, dear devotees, this is very, very powerful. And this is a process which is established by Lord himself. And all we need to do, understand the greatness and the importance of chanting this holy name in this age of Kali. That's our dharma, that's our constitutional dharma, duty, eternal dharma. Take up this holy name, and then one can attain all the siddhis, all the perfection. We don't need to do any separate, like, different sacrifices here and there. But Srila Prabhupada also mentioned that, but those who are brahmanas, those who are qualified and purified, they can do that. They can perform because of then there is no difference because they are qualified to do that. But when there is unqualified, then there is a lot of avokes that can create also. That's a side effect of that if you don't do it properly with unqualified. So, with this note, I will stop here. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Let me stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Indra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, Hare Krishna. Back to you, Murali. Hari Bol.
Hariol. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. We'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Nrsimha, Jai Nrsimha, Jai Nrsimha, Praladesha, Jaya Padma Mukha, Padma Bringam. Guravida Mahavishnu, Padam Sarvatam, Mukam Nrsimham, Vishanam, Bhadram, Nityam, Namamiyam. Nrsimha Bhagwan ki Jai, Prahlad ki Jai. Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the Assembled Vaishnavas.
Vanchakalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhuvaya Patitanam
Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha
Vaishnavinda ki Jai,
Vijay
Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srila
Vijay
Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaur
Jai Hari Bol.
Thank you, Simesha Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Simesha Prabhu. Thank you, Hari Bol.
Hare Bol.
Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.